This is The Scoop for Monday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. About 11:30 a.m. last Thursday, operations staff at the Manatee County Piney Point Injection Well Pretreatment Facility found a release of untreated industrial wastewater on the plant site in Palmetto. According to an incident report posted by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection, a power loss from a tripped breaker resulted in a loss of communications and control at the plant, causing the spill, resulting in an overflow of approximately 6,000 gallons from the influent tanks. Staff manually shut down the transfer pump to stop the discharge about 10 minutes later. The discharged wastewater soaked into the ground and did not leave the plant site. A study published last year found that the Piney Point spill in 2021 spilled about 180 metric tons of nitrogen poured into the bay from a leak at the phosphate plant. Those nutrients fueled the growth of algae called cyanobacteria. It essentially fed red tide when it entered Tampa Bay from the Gulf several weeks later, killing millions of fish and marine life. A new program may bring relief for St. Petersburg residents struggling with utility bills. WMNF's Chris Young reports the city announced $3 million of federal funds to provide renters relief.
St. Petersburg Mayor Ken Welch announced the program at a recreation center in South St. Pete on Friday.
In our post-pandemic economy, many individuals and families are facing financial challenges and falling behind on their bills and rent. The rental utility relief program we're highlighting today can be a beacon of hope for those struggling with the cost of living.
The $3 million will go towards helping eligible St. Pete renters pay past due electric, sanitation, and water bills from the city and Duke Energy. It'll cover up to 18 months of utility bills and be applied directly to their account balance. This comes as Floridians have seen a sharp increase in utility bills, especially in the last 2 years. Melissa Satius is the president of Duke Energy Florida. She acknowledged the increase in utility costs and expects prices to go down for customers.
Fortunately, natural gas prices have started to decline, and we have already started to see and have been able to pass along the savings to our customers. By the end of this year, we certainly expect that the price will continue to go down around natural gas prices.
Renters must be at or below 80% of the area median income, among other requirements. You can find more information on WMNF.org. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young in St. Petersburg.
The student hunger strike to get the University of South Florida to divest from companies that fund Israel continues. WMNF's Jimmy Rosilio reports that the two sides are at a standstill.
Strikers at USF reached their fifth day without food on Friday. They want the university to pull funds from Hewlett-Packard, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, and Caterpillar. Sophomore Will Mlechko explained the physical effects he's facing.
I'm trying my best to be able to do the things that I usually do, but even it's hard enough to be able to move my body, let alone, focus on schoolwork.
USF declined an interview. The college reiterated the stance Board of Trustees Chair Will Weatherford delivered in their meeting on Monday.
We all have our own individual opinions, which we're allowed to have, and they do too, but as an institution, that's not our role. We certainly don't invest the capital where people's pensions are at stake and our foundation is at stake based on political outcomes. And so we don't think that way, we don't operate that way, and we won't operate that way.
The group of students called this explanation into question, pointing to USF's divestment from 18 South African companies during apartheid. The move came in 1987 under student pressure. Mlechko says USF's attempts to resolve the hunger strike are in bad faith.
Even though the deans have offered to meet with us, they've already reaffirmed to us that they can't do anything about it. So when the deans are reaching out to us, we recognize that as just them just doing their job so that they can say that yes, hey, they tried to talk to us, but we weren't willing to.
The hunger strikers say they only consume water and zero-calorie fish oil pills. For WMNF News, I'm Jimmy Rosilio.
For the weather today in the Tampa Bay area, highs will be in the mid-80s, overnight lows in the mid-60s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.